Come on in. Hi, this is Colleen, Liz Frost. It is time for Friday. It is a very important day. It is Tips and Lessons Learned Fridays. And today I want to talk to you about bounce, bounce, bounce. So come on in. And what does bounce, bounce, bounce mean? Well, tax season for some is stressful. And this year again, I had to do taxes for my parents and myself, and it was hunt and peck for a month. I had to prepare and gather paperwork, dig and dig, call and sort, and it was game on. It is in these moments that I say bounce, 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 and we need to be on top of our game. It is time for circus training, or in some circles, we call it circuit training. And here is how I teach it. So stay with me, and thank you for stopping here. I hope you stay a while. The internet is a busy place, and let these 7 days of balance be your traveler's rest. Each day I promote living on purpose, with something each day to ponder in hopes to inspire you to celebrate history and create more. So welcome to my world. Come on in. Today, I'm your coach, your head coach, and I'm on a mission. The mission is to celebrate our history and create more, and I promise this is going to be something good. Oh, what a day. My brain has exploded. Circuit training is a combination of 6 or more exercises. In my case, a lot more. Performed with short rest periods between them for either a set of numbers of repetitions or a prescribed amount of time. One circuit is when all of these chosen exercises have been completed. Multiple circuits can be performed in one training session. I loved this when I was in sports. This was taught by multiple coaches I've had. As many of you know, I played Division I basketball for the University of South Carolina. Go Cox. So rare people in my life were coaches. Every single one of them have taught me something I have used every day of my life, especially on this pre-launch I just left, and now I'm in a pre-launch, preparing a multiple set of formats that I cannot wait to launch. In the meantime, I'm doing my live streams for my coaching program, and I know that you're having fun, because I sure am. How do you know you are where you're supposed to be? Well, for me, it feels like I can change the world. When I get up and I feel like I can change the world, then I know I am in the place that I am supposed to be. And for me, that was motherhood. When I was given the gift of being a mother, I knew that that was where I was supposed to be. And when he was a little boy, even before he was born, I talked to him like I talk now. And when he was little, growing up, I would ask him every morning. I would say, "Good morning, morning. Do you want to change the world today, or do you want to enjoy the world?" Those were his choices. And then I would do the pregnant pause, look him square in the eye, and I would wait for his decision. And somehow he knew to pick to change the world, because that would mean circuit training. Yes, it was set up like a circus. The videos I'm going to prepare for you are going to rock your world. But back to bounce, bounce, bounce. To change down here, we have to, like taxes, we have to teach our children young that this is a daily certainty. Change is going to happen. They have to learn how to not freak out when the phone rings and life gets in the way of our Legoland. Or worse, a Minecraft build with friends from Quebec. My son never went into orbit when change came knocking. He just bounced, bounced, bounced. Change and being able to go from one thing to the next in a timely fashion will ensure that we don't get stuck. And as an athlete, we seem to understand that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. What happens when we grow up, when life gets tough, tougher, and the toughest? We need to remember the drills. We set up those pods and we put our bodies and our minds to those little fundamentals that give us those little tiny wins. And win by win, we tackle the pod over and over again. Soon it is time to hit the court and and turn in the taxes and hit the send button and sign the forms, and voila. Today, my dad got for his first time ever taxes, and he paid taxes, or he put his forms in, and the tax man said he's getting money back. First time ever. So thankfully, either way, and for me, of course, I did not, but I was just so happy. It would be hard to not whistle while I met with my tax man. He says I'm his happiest client. So here's what I know so far. We have two choices when we wake up. We can either wake up and choose to change the world today or to enjoy the world. But to be ready to bounce, because change is going to happen today, I promise. Get your pods ready. Line up your 7 days. Plan some extra things. Make some notes to file. And above all else, love more. Here's what it looked like in our home. And cancer kind of helped me when I was given a year to live. It was game on, and we had to hurry up and change that world. It was filled with passion, purpose, and we loved every single minute of it. We still do. It helped that I was raised in this same fashion. Here's what it looked like. Mondays was arts and culture. Tuesdays, health, wellness, and treats. Wednesdays was what was happening socially in our community. Thursdays was heart and soul. Fridays was tips and lessons learned. Saturdays was getting ready. Sundays was ding the bell. We put the problem on the table. Then I threw in a few extras, like a 1907 all-original opera house that my twin brother found me for an extreme home. Then I had another extra. I told my son when he was 3 years old that I'm going to write him a book, and I did. It was just a little flip book, and I said, I finished that first little book when he was 4. I still have it. And then I threw in some extras, and I had him go and meet orchestras and plays and extras. Then I did a note to file. I wanted to make sure to throw in other kids and animals. Note to file with hobbies and sports. And I did an extra note to note for gaming and some extra fun for notes to file. But I filled it all with love more and helped him build passions, purpose, missions, and more. So those are the formats that I set up for our home, and I'm doing the same for you as a format in hopes that you will line up, and I'm sure you have some of your own. But I don't want us to get stuck. So I hope that these stimulate you to keep adding to your formats that you live your life on purpose. The format that I'm going to display them for you all is my book, and it's coming out within this year. The book is called If You Only Had 1 Year. It is a mother's mission to the National Register of Historic Places while in remission. I'll be hosting these live streams every single day on purpose. As your coach, I will be doing a podcast with rare people, places, and voices, and I cannot wait to share them on the map. I will be hosting Map Storytime. And I won't say any more. I promise. I just can't. I have a website that I'm building. And that's where I'm going to host what I'm telling you now. And then I have some surprises. And this is what I work on in these pods I've set up for my business. It has been my passion, and I just appreciate all your patience. And this is going to be something good, I promise. It's how I get things done when I want to change the world. I think living as if you only had 1 year has been the secret of finding purpose and living my life on purpose because change will happen, taxes will happen. And I know that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And the tip is the pods, these 7 days, the extras, the notes to file, the love mores. It is a guide to plan our days on purpose and I want you to share your stories here and be your own head coach. Each one of us can change the world. And with balance, we can never get stuck or in a rut. You know, we don't even have to feel like we are being stuck in one place. However, I want to tell you one thing. When I was in South Carolina on that basketball scholarship, I have to tell you that drastic of a change, there are going to be things that just drastically happen. I left Minnesota August 17th. I flew into South Carolina, and I had only been to Fargo shopping twice in a few state tournaments to Minneapolis. And coming from that town of 700 and hopping on my first airplane and landing in the deep South, I'll never forget that first day of basketball practice on the track. I put my legs on the grass to stretch out, and I called Mother and I said, Mother, I sat in a sauna and I'm still in a sauna and it's 100 degrees hotter than our sauna at home and I can't get out. So there are things that will shock you, change that will shock you. But anyway, it was, change is a funny thing. And my mother just said, find some solid ground, honey, go back to your days. And thank God I was raised that way because I did. I was able to find some things that I had in common and I got back on my track. So what is crazy? What is crazy? I seldom hear about crazy men. Isn't that kind of interesting? But you sure hear about those crazy women. I don't know anything crazy about men. I haven't really heard that comment. But I know many crazy women. Crazy women have changed my world. Crazy women have coached me. They have raised me, and they have made my world brighter, bigger, and better. And I am watching them. I am studying them. And I am honored to have known some who are now gone. And I can no longer pay their taxes. They were crazy and they did change the world. And I'm going to put them all on my map, along with those sane, stoic men who have shaped my balance and filled my pods with charts and graphs and whistles and lessons learned. And I promise you will go crazy and you will change your world. And smile on your tax day too. And then on days like today I am certain on days like today, we can all sit back after a month well done and take the whole day and enjoy it. The choice is up to us. Game on, I say. See me tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, and tomorrow we're going to get ready for something pretty fun. Living days on purpose. Life is a circus, and we call it circuit training because change is going to happen, and we have to learn how to bounce, bounce, bounce. So find your rocks, grab a ball, and build a team. Look for a feather, hope is all around. So jump, bounce, and fly with me. 7 days on purpose. I teach it, I preach it, and I repeat it with a balance. Like, share, and remember that Fridays are for those who dare. Remember me. Sincerely, Colleen, number 33. See you tomorrow.